Wisconsin over the weekend. Alma, Wisconsin, were derailed, and so, being able to respond to those types of things. Councilmember Juniman.
That was my question, but I'd like to take it a step further, and I don't know if this actually affects the fire department or us in general or the elected people more than somebody else, but has there been any that you're aware of, either one of you chiefs actually, been any move that we should be speaking to our legislators about the fact that, not that they have any power of this, because they know it's all about federal things, but, are we ever going to get to the point where, rah-rah for the feds, okay? But they don't come and see where those trains run. They don't really give a blank patootie about if they come off the track. It'll become our problem. And so is there anything proactive that elected officials can do, or citizens can do, or anyone can do? Because it's in everybody's mindset now, because of that they're going through it in California in a couple of places now because of the increase in the use of trains. And, and on the west side of Maplewood, they went to, what, 5 overnight, every night or something? And so we hear from people, and I don't blame them, and then they know what's going through in the dark. And so is there anything we can do that's proactive?
Well, Councilmember Juniman, thank you very much for that great question. And the answer is we have been, and yes, we can do more. About a year and a half ago, the mayor and I attended with Governor Dayton to provide him with information that we thought was really important. Just a little over a year and a half ago, the Department of Public Safety sent out a survey to everyone within the state of Minnesota, asking where are you at in training, what do you have for needs met, and so on. And I just received it here, I believe, on Friday. Is after that time and what they've provided to us, where are you at today? And obviously, everybody, I think, for the most part, is a little better up, probably, if nothing else, more educated on what kind of oil and what that can do. It really boils down to really 2 major things. Number one is the quantities that go through any particular area, and number 2, the shape that the tracks are in. Yes. And those are the 2 major things that really, I know that through Governor Dayton and his folks, as well as through the Department of Public Safety, are really working hard trying to make sure they find a way to get that accomplished. And again, as you're exactly right, that fortunately most of that falls under the feds and not under the state of Minnesota. But they are truly looking at it, as well as pipeline safety. I think you just might have read some information on that, and we have a little bit more than we have a little more than pipes running through our area than we do railroad tracks. So that is something we are keeping a pretty close eye on.
That was the other one I was thinking of, because you see the pipes, how they come up.
Yep.
Various, from the air, right? You can see it, but for us, we just see where they come out, and it's huge. It's right through Maplewood, basically, right?
We have 3 major lines that go through the city of Maplewood and 1 major propane line that does. So we have a pretty significant amount of those. The good news is that for us, most of that was put in probably no more than about 20 to 25 years ago. So that's in fairly good shape. But again, as we move forward on some of it, it could, be an issue that we have to keep our eye on.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thanks.
Train at the highest level possible in a safe environment, and again, I can't thank all of you enough, and actually the mayor, when she was a representative for us, the East Metro Training Center. At this time, our last phase of that, the classroom will be done by the first of the year, and we're pretty much have everything set in place in. We continue to use it and rent it, and it's been a fantastic amenity to the fire service.
Chief, do you do public tours of that at all, or not really?
I'm sorry?
Do you ever do a public tour of the?
Every time we're ready to do that, and we try to get a date with the mayor, then we decide to add the second phase to it. So as soon as it's done, the spring of this year will be a big one. We do have a note out to find out what his schedule is to make sure we get him there as well.
Okay,
so,
well, and I think the nuns want to come, the sisters, because they watch it all being built, and they're So I was over there
open house
the other day, and they want to come and kind of see how it works. So
absolutely.
Blessing on it.
Well, that was not a bad idea. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor, the classroom was the last big piece we needed to put in there for all of us to use, in Century College as well. They needed that added piece that was in there. So, like I say, that'll be done by the end of the year, and we're ready to go. So,
excellent.
And it will be turned over to the JPA sometime in January.
Great. Good work.
Again, we talked about evaluating new ways of becoming more efficient, and obviously we're going to do that with the help of Chief Snell as we move forward with that as we go on. And then remodeling of the 2 fire stations. Obviously, we haven't sold the Station 4 in the south end, so that's kind of on hold till we come up with some additional dollars. And we talk about through the study that we're going to look at, where are we going to be in the next 25